Let's rip the Band-Aid off. This might be one of the hardest videos I've ever had to do. Let's go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. Black Quarterback Series.
Teammate support and everything that happened for you, the good and the bad in this game. How do you describe it?
I mean, those are my brothers, so they gonna ride with me right or wrong, no matter what. So that's all.
And just the emotions, I guess, of the season and just getting to this point. Can you describe what that has been like?
I mean, it's fun winning. Then you get to the playoffs, you want to win, but sometimes the best team don't always win. So that's all.
Did you think you broke the plane at the goal line?
Yeah, I thought I did, honestly, but I learned from my mistakes.
How disappointing, obviously, this outcome. You guys worked so hard to get to this point. I know you wanted to get the Super Bowl, but how unfortunate is it to fall short?
That's crazy. I mean, we had some opportunities out there. Just got to take advantage of them. Can't turn the ball over. Fumble, interception, stuff like that. They gave them the opportunity to, put points on the board and win the game. We get in that red zone. It's been our touchdown all season. We just got to finish, and we didn't do a good job on finishing. Defense did a wonderful job, but held a great offense at 17 points. Temple 2. I see Temple 2, and I see both of them. Trailing him, and I didn't want to throw it all out the end zone. I just tried to let him turn around and make a play. I thought it was gonna be PI, but it is what it is. The safety made a great play and made an interception.
Did you feel like at times maybe you were trying to do too much, or was just the team just trying to battle back?
We're trying to win. I don't think you're doing too much when you're trying to win out there. You thought so?
No, I was just asking you a question, that's all.
So hey, if your name, my name is Keith. I do Black Quarterback Series, and today, as you can see, I got my Lamar Jackson jersey on. So let's talk about it. This is the matchup I wanted. I don't want this to come off like this is not the matchup I wanted. I wanted this matchup because in order to beat the man, you got to go through them. In order to beat the man, you got to beat the man. And didn't go the way that we thought it would go. Patrick Mahomes was special. Lamar was special. He just wasn't special enough. And so we're gonna go team by team and player by player. And then we're going to get into some conversation about the whole rigging thing. So let's talk about it. So we're going to start with Lamar. Lamar was 20 for 37, 272 passing yards, a touchdown interception, and a fumble loss, 8 carries, 54 yards. So let's start off with the game plan. So you have Likely and you have Mark Andrews. Why are you not running heavy sets? Why are you not running heavy protections? Why are you not running the ball well? I saw something that said they only had 6 running attempts. Todd Monken was thoroughly outcoached by Andy Reid, and it wasn't even particularly close. You're outclassed, you're outcoached. I try my best not to watch any media because I just didn't want this video to come off as a rant, and so we're gonna start with Lamar. I saw something saying Stephen A. Smith said he's a choker. No, he's not. He's not a choker. The offense as a whole did not play well. It would be different if Lamar was 1 for 18 with 89 passing yards and 3 interceptions. That's choking. Lamar played well. He just didn't make enough plays. And Kansas City made the right plays. It's like in basketball. When the Denver Nuggets series. Everybody knows I'm a LeBron/Laker fan. My mom's been a Laker fan since I was born. So I've always had an affinity for the Lakers. And so it got to a point in that Lakers-Denver series last year where Denver was making every single play. Denver's making every single play that they can make. And it just got to a point where it was like, okay, today is just not our day. This game is not our game. They're just better than us. When you let Patrick Mahomes go 11 for 12 with a touchdown at first, and you can't get off the field in the first half, and you start slow like you do every other game, That this is what's going to happen. As well as that defense having an out-of-body experience. Not saying, and I've been saying they have had a good defense all year, but the defense literally played perfect. As well as the refs not calling anything. So when you have the refs not calling anything, and you have the defense being able to play perfect, and then you make a couple mistakes, this is what you get. You got to score when there's an opportunity to score. But Lamar can only do so much when they're blitzing 8 or 9 and making him make quick decisions, and there's no outlets. There's no screen game. There's no even some of the times when they did have running backs come out the backfield, he was able to hit him. He overthrew forgot his name. Number 43. He overthrew him a couple times. I'm not saying Lamar had a great game, but you're giving me toothpaste and telling me to make filet mignon. It's like Tide Munkin was here to solve the issue. He didn't solve the issue yesterday, and the issue was pretty obvious. They're rushing, making Lamar make quick decisions. You got to give him a quick game. You got to give him a screen or something, and you got 2 of the top probably 20 tight ends in the league, and Likely and Andrews, and you don't run New England heavy personnel packages? You knew he was coming back. Why are we not running heavy packages? Why are we not? Please explain to me why we're not running 2 tight end sets, sweeps, screens, innovative things that they brought you here to do. Munkin sold that game just as much as Lamar Jackson sold that game. Lamar Jackson did not run enough. He suffered from the RG3 effect. And the RG3 effect is, I can run, but I want to show you I can pass. If Lamar Jackson doesn't make some special out-of-body experience plays, like the one I'm about to show her when he caught his own damn pass, the game might be a blowout. But the only thing that was keeping him in the game is Lamar's ability to get out of bounds and make stuff happen with his legs. And I really think he could have ran more and got them to the Super Bowl. So when we hear, oh, Lamar is James Harden, oh, Lamar is a playoff choker, he's 2-4 in the playoffs now, let's have some context to that. A couple of them was he was a rookie. The one in 2019 is the only one I will say he thoroughly lost that game. But the other 2, the one when he was a rookie, and I can't really remember the other ones. But we're going to dissect this in the summertime and go through all his playoff woes. But to say that he played bad, he was a choker and all this, no. That defense just played well, and they didn't give any calls to Lamar Jackson or to the Ravens offense. And the defense, you see your offense is struggling, you can't give up 17 points. I'm sorry. You want it to be 2,000 Ravens. The 2,000 Ravens don't give up 17 points. And, excuse me. And they get the stops when they need to get the stops. They get the stops they need to get the stops. You guys did not get the stops that you needed to get in the critical parts of the game. You guys played a hell of a second half. Didn't lead them to no points. But when the stops needed to be critical, Pat made more plays to y'all than y'all did to him. You see what I'm saying? So it was a complete team loss. The fumble doesn't happen if Stanley doesn't get beat, I think, by number 59 for Kansas City. So, and even with that being said, Zay Flowers, 5 receptions, 115 yards, touchdown. Should have been 2 touchdowns, should have just got down. He will learn from that. I'm sure I put that in the beginning. Well, he said he'll learn from that. He said he'll learn from that. And I'm almost positive he will. He definitely will learn from that. What else is there to talk about? And, that's really it for Baltimore.
What's going on, guys? So I forgot to add, John Harbaugh is also a big culprit. Everything I said about Munkin can go for John Harbaugh as well. I forgot to put that in there. John Harbaugh needs to be on the hot seat next season as well, because that's 2019 and 2024 that poor games or poor execution and bad games cost Lamar Jackson some wins. So John Harbaugh is also at fault.
So all of this to say, Lamar did not play well. I'm not saying he didn't play well. He played well by any stretch of the imagination. But to say he's a choker is a little much. The choker is a little much. The interception was bad, but the 9 calls were just as bad. You know? So it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. I keep reiterating that because I know it's going to be idiots to talk about, oh, you're caping for Lamar. No. There's a difference between excuses and reasons. If Lamar didn't play well at all, I would say that. He just didn't play well enough to win when you got a superhero on the other side playing spectacularly. Patrick Mahomes was 30 for 39, 241 yards, a touchdown. Kelsey was just, he turned back the hands of time. He was 116 for a touchdown, 11 receptions. Anytime they needed a big play, they went to Kelsey, just like I said about the Lakers versus Denver comparison. Anytime Mahomes needed something, it was going to Kelsey. Anytime I needed a first down, they went to Kelsey. And they made so many plays that you're just looking like, okay, that's them. That's just their day. I've never seen a football player be this great when it's time to be this great. I had my concerns about Kansas City all year, and they're still in the freaking Super Bowl. They're still in the freaking Super Bowl. So we can say whatever we want to say about Kansas City and how the season went right and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and all that. They're still in the Super Bowl. Nobody could beat them. Now, they have the easier road. The hardest team they have to play was Baltimore. But who's going to beat them? If Baltimore can't beat them this year, who's going to beat them when they get better players? Who's gonna beat them? Who's gonna beat them when they get better players? Like, I don't even know. Like, my way too early predictions for next year, I don't even know if I can confidently pick anybody else but Kansas City to come off the AFC. Now I was on the other side of this then, but when LeBron was running the Eastern Conference, it was just an inevitability that he was going to make the playoffs, or inevitability that he was going to play the team from the West. It's almost getting to that point with Patrick Mahomes. Now, I will say, refereeing had something to do with that as well. Refereeing had a lot to do with that, not calling anything and letting the guys play. And Zay gets a taunt, and they get all these other calls. But Kansas City was doing the same thing. But we know how this goes. We definitely know how this goes. Kansas City played a perfect game. Like, it doesn't matter. The referees don't matter if they don't play a perfect game. And that's what they did. So, we're going to get to the NFC side. I'm going to be real with you guys. I tried my best to watch it, and I got what I needed to. But take my analysis of this game kind of with a grain of salt because I didn't really get to dive deep into it. The Ravens loss really threw me off of football yesterday, and I'm still recovering. You know what I mean? So, but before we get to there, let's talk about the whole it's rigging thing. And I think I talked about this maybe a couple weeks ago. Do I think the NFL is rigged? No, I do not think the NFL is WWE. Do I think they push certain teams? Yes. Do I say stuff happened like yesterday where the team they don't want to win gets no calls? I agree with that. But if you're good enough, you can overcome that. You shouldn't have to. But that's just the nature of the business. To go out the way and say it's rigged is kind of lazy to me. It's not. I don't think it's rigged. I think if you're good enough, you can overcome anything. Baltimore wasn't good enough to overcome that. And that's why they're sitting at home. It's as simple as that. I wouldn't say it's rigged. Because we all know what's up. They have faces they want to push that are not our faces. You know what I mean? I love Patrick Mahomes. He was number 2 on my greatest black quarterbacks to ever do it. He will always be number 2 on that list. Because I'm going to give you guys the scoop. because I haven't released that video. Warren Moon will be number one on my greatest black quarterbacks list to ever do it, and it's way more than football. It's about way more than football, in my opinion. So, but that's what I think. I don't think it's necessarily real. They don't. It's not. They don't have a real script. It's just how it lands off, and if it happens, it happens. And if the team's good enough, you could overcome all that. I don't think the league wanted the Detroit Pistons to win in 2004. You know what I mean? There was no reason for the Spurs to win all those championships. You know? Like, I can't think of one in football, but and why would they do that? Like, why would they blatantly go out of their way for that? It just doesn't make sense. And there are NFL players that have said that it's not rigged. So we have to go off what they say. But do refs push agendas? Yes. That happens in every sport. To me, that's not rigging. So, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy was 20 for 31, 267 yards, a touchdown interception. Jared Goff was 25 for 41, 273 yards, a touchdown. Montgomery was crazy. 93 rushing yards, a touchdown on 15 carries. Brock Purdy is just a good football player. Simple as that. Like, the whole game manager thing, I still think he's a game manager. Like, Alex Smith had games where he played really well. So let's not sit here and freak out over the fact Brock Purdy had a great game. All his guys are there. We saw it firsthand when all his guys was not there, he didn't play very well. As simple as that. You put Brock Purdy on some of those Baltimore teams Lamar had early, he does not look like this. You put Lamar on San Francisco, they probably undefeated. So I don't even want to deal with the whole game manager thing. He's a really good football player. He's an elite game manager. Jared Goff just didn't show up in the second half. He showed up, but didn't do enough to win. That you guys were up, what? It was 27-7. You got to keep your foot in their throat. And Dan Campbell probably cost his city a Super Bowl. You got to know when to play conservative and when not to play conservative. The thing about great coaches, they know when to be aggressive and when not to be aggressive. You have to take the points. You got to take the points. You can't not take the points and then be like, oh, well, man, this probably was our only chance. Yeah, because of you. Because of you, and you want to be Riverboat Dan. Like, you take the points. Be conservative. You got to be conservative at that point. There's no reason that you guys should have lost this game the way y'all lost this game. No reason at all. You guys should be in the Super Bowl and we were all rooting for you. Because to be honest, don't nobody really want to see Kansas City and the 49ers again. To me personally, this is a personal opinion, it's just so corporate. 49ers and Kansas City feels corporate. It's simple as that. Obviously, I'm going to watch it because this is my job and I like what I do. But I can see why people wouldn't want to watch it. We're tired of both of these things. So, they just took over the third quarter. Well, the 49ers took over the third quarter. Brock Purdy was cooking, and that was the game. That's truly the game. They had some fight back there, but you kind of knew once they took the lead that it was kind of over for Detroit. And I feel so bad for Detroit. I feel bad for Detroit more than I feel bad for Baltimore because we've seen, and I say we because I like Ray Lewis too. So I've always kind of been a Baltimore fan. They were kind of like my secondary team when the Rams was here. Baltimore has seen a championship, 2012. We've seen a championship recently. But these fans deserve at least a Super Bowl appearance. It's some guy, knock on wood, Lord bless them. But it's some guys that was watching this game that might not make it to another Super Bowl. Or not. Let's redo it. It's some guys watching this game that might not make it another 4 or 5 years to see a Super Bowl appearance by Detroit. You got some old heads. I don't even want to say that, but this was important to them. And for y'all to go out like this, I'm not even from Detroit, but I'm so disappointed in y'all. Y'all were the ones. So my bad. I end this on a somber note, but for me, it's kind of a somber day. You know what I mean? Like it's just neither of my picks went through. So I'll give you guys my picks next week. We're gonna dive into some. We're gonna go into some X's and O's and stuff like that next week. I just wanted to break down both games this week. And quick thoughts though. Zay Flowers will be fine. No Ravens should go to the Pro Bowl. And what a season. What a season. Congratulations, Kansas City. Congratulations, 49ers. Great season, Baltimore. You guys took another step in the right direction. Lamar's only 26. He'll be 27 next year. You still have time. This contract was worth it. And he'll be fine. He'll be fine. We will get back to that. Kansas City can't win all of them, can they? So, congratulations to the 49ers, and Brock Purdy's out there proving guys wrong. So, that's all I got for you guys. A little longer video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm out. Peace. Go Ravens, I guess. Oh, Taylor Swift probably won't even make the Super Bowl because she has a concert in Japan that day. So, fingers crossed that she don't make it.